this.
I think it's on his end, not your end.
Well, just in case. Why is that not populating? Not populating. All right. Oh, then well, fuck it. All right. Oh, by the way, say whatever you want. It's all good, man. Everything's on the table. Whatever you want to say. We're doing a Facebook Live as well, so our people will join in. I'm not going to say fans. I don't know what you are. So anyway, but they'll be joining in and commenting and stuff like that, and we'll give shout outs and stuff like that throughout as well. And then I'll introduce you throughout the show as well. Hey, Olga. So, all right. So here we go. My Worst Holidays, Aroma of the Mist, and a Fourth Hand Podcast Network program. From the room, next to my bathroom in my basement. This is My Worst Holiday. My Worst Holiday.
Speed cool, phantom, chocolate covered shrimp, body cold, so is deep with a gerbil bereavement. 1, 2, 3, psychiatrist, ketamine, anyone, answer never pooped in an encyclopedia. Dad,
Pinky's up, I'm very classy.
With the gay, wrestling promoter. We rubbed his glint with our extra large bone. This is my worst holiday.
My worst holiday. This is my worst holiday. All right, and today's episode is brought to you by the SJ Network. Do you want to be famous? Do you want to get your name out there? Are you an actor? Are you a director? Are you a producer? Are you a singer? Are you a dancer? If you want to be known, get a hold of me and I'll put you in touch with Steve Joyner of the SJ Network. And this guy is going to put you on different shows just like this one, or like the guest that we have coming on. So we're going to, what are you doing?
I have a double chin on the YouTube cam.
We'll move your other one. We'll take a look at it. Also brought to you by Amazon. That's right, Amazon. It's just easy enough to go to my website, www.myworstholiday.com, and click the Amazon link. It's still your Amazon, and it gives us a little bit of love, and I mean a little bit of love. And with that being said, from a room next to my bathroom in my basement, this is My Worst Holiday, a podcast about your worst wedding, your worst party. Damn it. Worst funeral, worst date, bachelor party, bachelorette party, or whether it's funny after the fact. We want to hear it today. We have a very special guest, Mr. Michael Barton of the Foul Players Radio podcast. Say hello.
Hello, how are we doing, guys? How are we
Very
doing?
well.
Fantastic. How are you, Michael?
Which is good. Here's an embarrassing moment. I forgot to tell you my stage name that I go by. It's Michael Spittin. So it's an embarrassing moment right there.
And with that being said, we have a very special guest, Mr. Michael Spitz.
There we go. All right. Well, thank you for having me today, guys. I've been looking forward to this, and I've been having a great time in the SJ Network, getting to know a lot of people, getting great guests and being able to appear on great shows and having a lot of great people come on mine. That's been just a wonderful experience, and I'm glad to be here tonight with my friends out in the Midwest in Chicago, out Bears, White Sox, Cubs, and Blackhawks country. Huh?
Right, yeah. Same here. I never dreamed I'd be talking to people like you, because basically I'm in a room next to a bathroom in a basement. That's a fact. Yeah, that ain't no shit. That's a true thing.
The truth is, he really didn't have a lot of friends, so he just decided to do this to make friends. His wife doesn't let him actually out of the basement whatsoever. So
she keeps you in the basement like Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah.
Oh, she loves me a lot.
Where's the lotion at? The lotion's around here somewhere.
It's on my skin. I pay attention.
She did put the lotion on.
Yeah, I follow the rules. I ain't no bitch. I ain't gonna sit down there and go, no, you skin me and shit like that, No, I follow the fucking rules, man. I'm a rule follower.
Awesome.
So tell us all about you.
All about me. Well, I was thinking I could kind of go through my my performing, stories and everything, and kind of tell you some embarrassing things as we go along there. So I know you like embarrassing stories, mortifying stories.
Yes.
Maybe things.
Don't you love that though? Like you're hanging out with your friends, and the guy's like, check this out. Listen to what happened to me. You know, you're like, yes. Tell me what happened to you. Tell me.
I started out, when I was in high school. That was kind of my first performing. Actually, before that, when I was in elementary school, I was in a play. My parents were kind of trying to expose me to a lot of things back then. Both athletics, arts, whatever.
Uncles.
And I was in a play. I got the lead. I was about 6 years old. And I was up there doing the play, and I was the lead. I nailed everything. I was doing all my lines. And then somebody in the background yells, "Louder!" That completely knocked me off kilter.
That was Uncle Frank.
Up on stage, I was just staring back at the spotlight.
Yeah. Shut up, Mom!
And then I screwed up, and everybody laughed at me. And then, so I said, "Screw this! I'm playing Little League." Okay, and so I played Little League for a while, and
no one ever yells in baseball.
Yeah, I'm a pretty big guy. You would think I'd be pretty good at sports and everything, but I was. It took me a long time. I was 6'6".
Holy
Big
shit!
guy, and it took me a long time when I was growing up to catch up to my body. Sometimes you may have known, like in middle school, or whatever, there was a kid who was big but he was slow. That was me.
Oh, okay.
I'd smack a baseball. I'd smack a baseball, and everybody else could have ran the bases twice, and I'm there huffing and puffing on second base. I was that guy.
If you hit the ball over the fence in the first try, you don't have to run. You could just take your time. That was much easier.
I like this.
This was Little League in the 70s when we didn't have home run fences. We actually had a field with three diamonds that backed up each other.
Oh, geez.
So,
weren't you lucky? Look at who's highfalutin. We had the doctor's garden.
Going to the other game.
Yeah. Wait, which ball's ours?
Yeah. Right, hey, I didn't far enough that we go into the other game. Or sometimes you'd be playing the outfield, and some other outfielder from another game would run past you chasing the ball. So that's kind of how we did it. And I had my share of clumsy plays and botched plays, and just drop balls and things like that. But I kind of moved on from that and got back into performing when I was in high school, playing in bands. And when I was, I guess I was like a senior in high school. We had a band, and we were playing at a dance. And back in those days, this was like 85, 86.
Mm-hmm.
Back in those days, the big thing on MTV, and all the hair bands were doing it, they would take their guitar and like flip it over the
top. Yeah, Cinderella was big on that. They're doing this.
Cinderella, absolutely, yes. Cinderella.
Shout out Jeff
Somebody shake, man. Yeah, he knows that. He knows. He has the guitarist's phone number in his phone.
So, I decided I was going to be big into that one night, and we were doing a dance at a CYO, and we were playing a song, and all of a sudden I decided to do it. Then all of a sudden I look, and there's no guitar on me. I went flying backstage, and there was a fella I had backstage kind of helping me out. I brought a couple of basses with me, and I'd switch from one to another, and it hit him.
Oh.
And he was like, "Jesus, you didn't tell me I need a hard hat back here." And of course, I couldn't live that down the rest of the night.
Right.
And then, I kind of went on from that time.
Yeah, but Michael, had it worked out, it would have been real fucking cool.
Yes.
Just saying. I'm just saying. It didn't pan out like you wanted, but had it done that, real fucking cool.
Oh yeah. It would have been brilliant. I mean, I was either the big man on campus or the biggest goof, and it turned out I was the biggest goof.
The Robin Crosby of bass players, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh yes. And I ended up after that.
Not with AIDS though.
Playing in bands for a number of years. I was the heyday of my playing in bands. I mean, I still play music like in an acoustic duo. now, but
Right.
the full spans was like between 87 and 94. I was doing a lot of clubs in the Maryland, D.C. area, playing in hair bands and then in bands that were like a little more gothic looking. And we had, the thing was, it was really funny back in those days was that there were a lot of people that, there was no audition etiquette or anything like that when it came to coming out for bands. You know, if somebody was auditioning for a band, you know, they would tell everybody all of a sudden they're in the band. You know,
Yeah. I
you
wonder
know,
if
they just
anybody
came
has
out
to
or
audition to
auditioned.
come out.
Yeah. And
Like, look, maybe you should try first, you know?
so we would get these guys coming down, and geez, one fella kind of reminded us of Doug Henning. He had that
the
mustache.
magic guy with the mustache and the hair?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He looked like him. He kinda
It's
looked like,
magic.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he came down and we told him, you know,
Oh, hey, Chris.
learn, you know, it was like a couple of Guns N' Roses songs and, you know, some other stuff to do. So he didn't learn any of it. So he comes down and he's in the practice room with us and he picks up the mic stand. He tried to do that David Coverdale mic stand
Yeah.
twirl. And he's knocking over cymbals and stuff.
You need enough room to do that.
Yeah, you can't be playing at the VFW on a Friday night and expect not to knock shit down. Come on.
Oh yeah. So so we were like, yeah, did you learn this? No. Did you learn that? No. Did you learn that? No. So we're like, all right, well, we're just gonna jam on something, and if you can carry a tune, just sing something.
Right.
All right. So we started playing something.
So you had to like follow him? Did he have to like start singing and then the band join him in? Is that what?
No.
Okay.
We were just going to put something down, and he was going to have to come in with something.
Oh, I see.
Like
All
the
right.
hell with him. The hell with him. He didn't learn what he was supposed to learn. So the hell with him. He could,
Mhm.
you know. I mean, we weren't going to keep him anyway, but we'd see if there was a remote chance he had anything. So we were playing, and then you know, just like you kind of indicated, you know, what he would do, it was kind of this power ballady
Yeah.
song that we're doing and everything, and then we'd kind of slow down to a soft part, and then when we would slow down to that soft and slower part, he would run his fingers along the drummer's chimes, then lean into the microphone and go, "Dreams." And we're like, damn. And so we kind of decided, we could kind of look at each other and decide that, you know, this guy's no good, but he's funny as hell, so let's keep doing this.
Okay.
And,
Dreams.
He didn't know what he was singing. You know, Vince Neil didn't know what he was saying half the time either. So, you know.
no.
Everybody, we're talking to actor Michael Smythe. Is that what is it?
Sven.
Spin.
Michael Spedden.
Spinton. Michael Spinton. Damn it.
Yeah.
I know his real name. Don't know his fake name. Michael Spinton.
I don't know your fake name. Forgive
of the
me.
Foul Players Radio Podcast.
Yes.
Hey, Chris.
We had another singer, another guy come down that wanted to try out for us another time later. And this guy was a screamer. He was absolutely terrible, too. And then, of course, what he does is he brings the girlfriend with him, which is always lovely. You know, you got to deal with her, too.
Mm.
So,
He's the best.
down and,
He's the best.
Yep.
He's the best.
right.
Shut
yeah,
up.
Yeah, oh, yeah. They were both pieces of work.
Yeah,
so,
can you keep that bitch on a leash?
This day was about 98 degrees, and it was actually our guitar player's graduation day, his graduation party day. So we were dressed kind of nice. You know, we had our hair pulled back. We were wearing like nice polo shirts, you know, looking decent for the older people.
Right,
you know,
right.
didn't wanna, right. You know, this guy shows up, full leather. He was about 5'4",
Oh,
about
great.
6'2" with his hair, you know, and so he comes in. He's absolutely
Ladies and gentlemen,
terrible.
Glenn Danzig.
So we said, all right, well, thank you very much. He goes, hey, man, you guys having a party? And we're like, oh, yeah. So he goes over and he sits on this lounge chair on the deck. And he has this, and, doesn't find a seat for his girlfriend or anything. He just sits there, and he makes her get him beer and hot dogs all day.
Yeah, well, he's Napoleonic, man, and then she wants to hitch a ride to this star, So they're codependent right now,
Oh, yeah.
How many hot dogs does this guy eat? I'm really curious.
The 5'4" guy, how many hot dogs and beers can he put away?
He must have had a hollow leg or something because he was just there. And the thing was that
Bitch, dog me.
when the party was over, it was getting dark. He's still sitting there. He's still sitting there, and he fell asleep, and we're cleaning up food.
It's like, can I sleep on your lounger tonight?
Yeah, he eventually left. And his girlfriend, and the thing is with this girl, he had a match made in heaven for him because, to her, he could do no wrong. He could step all over her. He could treat her terrible.
Right.
But he could do no wrong with her,
Well, she really misses her
another
dad.
time.
So, Got a few issues there, chick. Got a couple. I'm hanging out with this fuck stick. What do you think? Oh, daddy issues. Yes.
There was another time after that.
Thank you, God.
In the 90s, the hair bands
Yeah.
started to fade out.
Right.
Yeah,
And I was ready for that because I was like everything when Europe hit, I was like, all right, I'm out. I'm done. I'm good. I need something. I need something new. I need it now. It's just
Right.
that glam. Like,
Right.
have you ever seen the video to Final Countdown? Where he just spins the microphone stand through the whole thing, and then
It's
when
amazing.
when he stops, he does this duck lips thing, and like every time,
Yeah, I
he
know.
does, like 15 times through this video. Oh, I'm like, I'm out.
And then when
So, real
he
quick,
was singing,
Yeah.
he was singing, his teeth were so white.
Oh yeah.
I was waiting for that little ping.
Yeah, the Colgate. So you do use Colgate.
Yes.
Or Ultra Bright. Is that the one that had the ping?
I was one of them.
Yeah.
Well, it was one of them. So we were in a club. It was a place called The Rage in Baltimore.
Yeah.
And L.A. was starting to fade out. Seattle hadn't quite hit. So it was kind of in that in-between
So
phase.
Baltimore was the spot.
No.
No, okay. I'm waiting for the Baltimore band, Mike. Which one's the Baltimore band?
The one that's just like everybody else.
Yeah.
Something, and I have to say this, and I mean this well, and a lot of people that played the clubs back then agree with me, was that there were good bands, bands that were excellent musician-wise.
Yeah.
They could write decent songs. They played well, looked good, but there was no desire on that scene to do something original. L.A. had their thing,
Right.
Seattle had their thing,
Right.
New York had their thing.
Athens, Georgia had their thing.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But Baltimore never forged their own
Never
way,
had a Baltimore. Never had a thing.
Yeah.
I bet that's where ska came from.
Oh no, hang on.
Hold on.
OAR's from Baltimore.
OAR.
Yeah, they're from the Maryland area.
It was
OAR. They're like a jam band.
okay.
Way better than
Oh,
Dave
yeah.
Matthews,
All
but
right.
yes,
Yeah.
still in that same category. Unfortunately, fuck you, Dave. Yeah, but no, yeah, they are. But
Yep.
no, dude,
So,
ska's
around that
ska's
time-
definitely from
Mhm.
West Coast.
Yeah,
for
that's
sure.
LA. Hey, Fred.
Yeah.
So around that time, we were at the Rage in Baltimore. We were waiting to go on that night, and so this other guy comes in. Another guy, 5'4", 6'3" with the hair,
Yeah.
and the puffy Seinfeld pirate shirt.
6'3" with Aquanet.
Yeah. The puffy Seinfeld shirt, the spandex, the handcuff belt, and he comes in with his girlfriend with the same outfit, but she had a mini skirt instead of spandex pants. So
Right.
So he comes over to us. We're sitting there having a couple of drinks. He's like,
Record executive.
you guys like in a bar?
Bond, man.
And we're like, yeah. And he goes, I've been in lots of bars. I've played here in New York, in Delaware, in Florida, and I'm from LA.
Oh yeah,
That's
that makes sense. LA. Yeah.
I'm from LA.
The best tacos are in LA.
Yeah.
So his girlfriend looks at him and says, no, you're not. You're from Pittsburgh.
I'd like to be from LA.
Look at me. He goes, yeah, well, look at me. I should be from LA.
Yeah, I'm from Pittsburgh, dude. Yeah, it's almost like it's almost like an English doper kind of a accent. You don't know what it is like.
It is.
Yeah.
It's like a British Spicoli.
Yeah, but you're not.
Yeah.
You're not from it. Yeah, like from nowhere. Like I can't get where you're from there by your accent, dude. It's.
Yeah.
I mean, you can tell where I'm from, But so after that, we had more of like a gothic band for a while. We were called Orange Seed Parade. We used to play a little more, in D.C. and New York, and we were doing pretty well for a while. But then that just kind of
You doing like typo negative and shit like that, or were you writing your own stuff, or?
Misfits.
we were all original, kind of. The Cult, The Cure, Boo.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet.
Okay, yeah, that kind of
I
dark.
like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. That's cool.
That kind of stuff, and so we did that. That just kind of ran its course, and then I stopped for a while because I was like making no money and going nowhere, and I wanted to finish my degrees and get established at work. And then I went back to playing later on.
Right.
But it was. After a while, I got into acting, and quite a few embarrassing stories there too. But actually, before I got into acting, I'll tell you another funny one. I was married. I'm on my second marriage now. First
Hey,
marriage.
me too.
Got separated. I got separated. I went out to some friend's house.
My first one got to be a whore.
I went out and
Not bitter.
I
bitter.
went to visit some friends to talk it over a little bit, let them know what was going on. And I went to
Hey, John.
I figured I'd go over to my friend Artie's house. Okay, so I got over there and I knocked on the door, and they're like, "Oh, hey, come in." I said, "Is Artie here?" They said, "Oh, he'll be back a little bit later. Come on in." And I was like looking around. I was like, it's supposed to be his family and relatives I've never met.
Right.
I know it's not his wife's family because I knew them. So they're like, come on out back, and they're having like a cookout. Okay, so I'm like, I come in and I.
Artie's on vacation. We squatted.
They're like, come in. So I'm sitting down at the picnic table, and I'm talking to people. I'm eating potato salad and hamburgers and everything and having a ball. And then all of a sudden, Artie comes home, and it wasn't him. And they said, "Hey, Artie's here," and I said, "Wait a minute." And he goes, "Oh, wait a minute. Were you looking for Artie Campana? Oh, they moved." So they moved like 4 months before this other family had moved in, where the husband's name actually happened to be Artie. That's who I thought I was asking. I mean, hamburgers and hot dogs and potato
Yeah,
salad.
you're having a great time. You're telling stories about Artie to the family that he never did.
Yeah,
And then one day, Artie and I, we went down to the docks.
Well, thanks for potato salad. It's been great.
Everybody laughed and everybody was cool about it,
Right.
Yeah, but I was embarrassed by that.
Yeah, you're just
Oh,
just with complete strangers. Oh my gosh,
That is great. That is wonderful.
that's fantastic. Well, the odds that another guy named Arnie moved into that house, because you can't throw a rock and hit an Arnie. Okay, you can throw a rock and hit a Mark or a Mike.
Is it Artie or Arnie?
Either way.
RT.
RT,
yeah.
Yeah.
Arthur.
Okay.
Get your ears checked.
Shut the fuck up. So, but yeah, I mean, it's like the odds of that are just astronomical, you know?
Bones.
I know. But the thing is, it was funny. It was like he was from New York, and I was like, I knew these people were not his wife's family because I knew them
Right.
well. But you know, they were, you know, from New York, and nobody had a New York accent or anything. I was like,
Were they from LA?
something's wrong here, but
Just a quiet little Asian. Just a quiet little Asian family.
yeah. Oh man, but yeah, that's funny. So got into acting, you know, and I started off doing some community theater. You know, I could sing. A friend of mine asked me to come out for Jesus Christ Superstar.
Okay,
That was
cool.
my first, you know, acting, you know, thing. So I got in. I was cast as Ensemble, the Apostles, and then
Okay.
I was also the Roman that beat Christ.
Oh, good.
39
Yeah, all right.
lashes, you know, one,
Yeah.
two,
Yeah.
So
All I
I
can
have-
think of now is what's that movie with Philip Seymour Hoffman and
Passion of the Christ?
Ben Stiller. Oh God, the one where he's like I'm doing a new revival, Jesus Christ Superstar. What was it? Along Came Polly.
Along came
Yeah,
Polly.
let it rain.
When people I worked with found out that I got that part, they would go by my office all the time and go, raindrops! I didn't wear sweatpants like him to work, so
Yeah.
I sharded. What? Yeah, I sharded.
leave the party.
He's in the elevator. He's like, man, I'm so friggin' horny.
My buddy Efren said after you ate the potato salad, did y'all become friends?
Oh man, so we got to we're doing the show, a couple shows into the run,
Right.
and that part comes up. So you know, I bring in Jesus, I put him up, and it was like a thing where he put his arms up, and
Right.
open up the back of his robe, and you start whipping. you know.
Right.
So I started doing that, and the whole thing fell over.
Oh no!
He landed on the floor. The whole
He
thing
knocked
landed
over
on the floor.
Jesus! He knocked over Jesus!
And it was like on whip number 18. So I had
17! Down, 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 down.
Exactly.
What do they say? The show must go on.
The show must go
you need
on.
to keep doing what you're doing.
Even if you knock Jesus over.
So I kept going, and then, you know, all of a sudden, we did the 39, and I go back over to where I had to stand at attention, and then, you know, Pontius Pilate comes down and does his part, you know, so
Right.
I'm standing there at attention. So I'm standing there at attention, and I happen to look over at Jesus, and this wasn't theater on a stage, it was theater in the round, you know,
Oh.
so everybody could see everything, you know.
Oh,
And,
okay.
I happen to look over at Jesus, and he's laying on the floor. And the bottom of his sandals said "Hush Puppies." Real big on it.
I thought that's what he wore was hush puppy or Birkenstocks, either or.
Hey,
Yeah, but you know how some shoes have the brand name on
Yeah.
them.
exactly. Nothing's too good for the Son of God. Hush puppies are nice.
Yeah,
He
they're
was-
good-looking sandals.
yeah, he was gifted,
Jesus sandals.
Frankincense
Yeah.
were in hush puppies.
Bring me my hush puppies. Bring me my.
So we had that part. There was another thing, and I know you were kind of asking about holiday stories. I was doing Babes in Toyland. Babes in Toyland.
Okay.
Part of one of the theaters in Baltimore. We did that around Christmas, and I was playing the part of Inspector Marmaduke, and he was like the head of the toy soldiers that ran the toy factory in Toyland.
Okay.
So I went for my costume fitting, and you know, again, I'm 6'6". I'm the size of an average NFL line. Okay. So there was nothing that would fit me. They had these old marching band uniforms, like they kind of look like Sergeant Pepper, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
I was going to say, did they sew two of them together for you?
Well, that's what they ended up having to do. They made me a costume. Okay. So I put on. So I put on this jacket, and it was like Chris Farley, a fat guy, So, and then when it came to the week before the play started, we're in dress rehearsal. There was no jacket for me, and I was like, well, what are we going to do about this? So what they ended up doing is taking a couple of them, like 2 or 3 of them, and cutting them up and sewing them together. So I had to be sewed in and cut out of the costume. Now,
sewed in and cut out. Is that what you just said?
Yes.
So they had to sew you into your costume and then
wow.
cut you out of it after.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah. And the thing was that I was playing, I was in the ensemble for the first act, and so they had to do it twice a day, because we were doing 2 shows a day of this. So I, and you know how with jackets with tails, how the front comes down maybe to your waist and the tails are long in the back.
Right.
This one here, that it was too small. So the front of it actually came down to just below my rib cage. So what they did is
So where the tails end up?
Yeah, the tails ended up just basically barely covering my rear end. And so what they did is they made a cummerbund. They took this red cloth and they just wrapped it around me.
Right.
And bobby pinned it.
That's basically what a cummerbund was back then anyway. It was a wrap around with a tie off to the side.
Yeah.
When I'm at a wedding, I prefer to wear a cummerbund.
I do too. I prefer the cummerbund.
So I got out on stage. I made my entrance. I come out. I do my line. And then the whole costume just fell apart. The whole costume fell apart. So I run back. So I do my scene.
You just go da 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 da. Play me off, Steve. Da, 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 da.
So I walked back and I just took whatever, and all these people are coming over to me with pins and needle and thread, this, that, they're trying to sew me back up. And they were doing a good job and everything, but the problem was they made me 5 seconds too late for my next entrance, because all of a sudden I had to enter again. And then they're saying, and where is Inspector Marmaduke? Where is it?
I said, where is?
So finally, for the next year, they got me a costume,
Mm-hmm.
and so that was something. And then there was always little mishaps that happen. People,
Oh, sure.
And whenever you're doing live theater, and what you have to do is kind of, if you're, it's like you're driving down the road on the highway, you hit an icy patch, the car starts doing 360s, you're in the middle of the median, you just got to put the hands on the steering wheel and steer out.
I would just go like this. And...
Hold on, because it's gonna go where it's gonna go. You just
Well,
hit the brake, crank the wheel, and pray to God.
Yeah. There's been times when people have gone out and drawn blanks, and we all knew each other in this theater company well enough to where we could kind of, we all knew each other's lines and said,
right.
Well, you were doing this, weren't you? Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yes, I was. As a matter of fact, we could just kind of
beats the shit out of line. Everybody, we're talking to Michael Spinovit. How did I say that again?
Michael Spenton.
Spenton. There we go. I'm writing it down. Michael Spenton, he's an actor. He's fantastic. He's got a podcast called the Foul Players Radio Podcast. If you're not listening to it, you're an idiot. So make sure you listen to that. And back to you, Mike.
Well, thank you. I also run a murder mystery company, and we do murder mystery shows on boats and trains, and whoever will have us. Corporate.
Now, is that an interactive one?
Yes.
That is so cool, especially if the guests really get. Do you assign characters and stuff like that?
We usually do it, but the guests, we break the fourth wall all the time.
Oh, I see.
And this is one that it's not done chrysanthemum style. We're not on the stage. We're out amongst the tables that people are sitting at. We're doing it, and people people jump in all the time, and people, or we may break the fourth wall and talk to the people or something like that, and it's a lot of fun. It's a hell of a lot of fun.
That does sound like that. I think that would be so very challenging because people are moving. They're going around, stuff like that. Are they seated? Is it like a dinner theater thing, or is it?
It is, yeah.
It's a dinner theater thing. Okay.
Yes.
I was gonna say because like with people moving around and stuff like that, that would be like the most challenging thing I think you could possibly. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. We generally. We're walking around. People are seated at tables when we do it, and we try to move around a bit so everybody can see us because we're constantly putting out clues and hints and things like that as to what's going on, what's really going on, and what's happening. So
Yeah, I'm one of those that's always trying to figure out the whodunit type thing. Like in movies, I usually have movies figured out. I don't know. My wife gets so pissed off at me because I've got it like in 20 minutes. And I go, oh, and she's like, shut the fuck up. She's like, don't you say another damn word.
Well, something too. It's something that has kind of been amazing to me is that we give out little slips at the end because we have a thing where the people can guess who did it before we do the actual solution.
Right.
So we have like little pencils and slips of paper, and everybody gets a program as well. And I've gone around at the end of the night, cleaning up, picking up programs, and people unfold their programs, and people have got copious notes. Notes and diagrams and this and that thing, written down. I mean, it's like
some detectives
CSI
out there.
or
Yeah, that's
right.
pretty cool.
Right. Well, it's a murder mystery. There's got to be a solved problem at the end of it, so they're trying to work it out.
Yeah.
Unlike Scooby-Doo, at the end you're like, oh, he was in the shed. You're like, what shed? They didn't show me a fucking shed. You're eating your Fruit Loops, and they didn't show you a shed at all.
Did you guess the killer in Knives Out?
Yes.
You're a fucking liar.
No, I knew
There's
it.
no way.
No, I knew it. He was way too cool. I knew that was the fuck stick. I did. I knew that was it. As soon as he said, when he pulled over, he's like, get in. I'm like, that's him.
That was a great murder mystery movie.
Yeah, that was a great movie. Did you see that?
We have a great time doing it. What was that?
Knives Out. Did you see Knives Out?
No.
Oh,
Watch. Jamie Lee Curtis is in it.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
It's a great movie. It's a good watch.
Oh, okay. I'll check it out. I'll have to note that.
It's one that it's not your average, just run of the mill. It's a real thinker, which is good.
Yeah.
It's so few of those that's real thinkers anymore, and this is one of them that is, and it was a lot of fun.
Okay.
I think it might have been like an Amazon movie or something like that.
No, it just went to Amazon
Okay.
because So,
Okay.
everybody who we're talking to here, if you have seen the J.G. Wentworth commercial, there we go. Michael Spedden, there it is. I didn't know.
877 cash
On your IMDb, it's still. Yeah, damn it. Okay.
877 cash now.
There it is.
It's weird that you've had such an impact on my life that I remember a phone number. Because of you.
And that's a fucking
I know.
fact. That's a
number.
fucking fact. You
Yeah.
have had an impact on so many people's lives. I don't know if they ever gave up their annuity or not, but they know the fucking number if they ever want to. They definitely know the number.
I can't tell you my mother's cell phone number. I swear to God to you, I cannot tell you my mom's cell phone number. My sister's, nope. My best friend's cell phone number, cannot remember off the top of my head, but I remember 877 cash now. Congratulations.
Oh, yeah. The one that I did, that's actually the second version of that commercial.
Oh, fuck
Because
me.
there was one that they filmed on the bus about 10 or 12 years ago that had, it was the same song and everything, just different people on the bus. And, that was a fun shoot. I auditioned for that right after I did Gotham in 2018. And we went up to Stamford, Connecticut for the shoot. Now, what was about that? I mentioned before I'm 6'6",
Right.
And I am as tall as the inside of a bus.
Right.
Okay? We actually filmed that on a
Yeah.
bus going around Stamford, Connecticut. Okay. So if I stand straight up and down with my feet on the floor, my head touches the ceiling.
Right.
6 foot 6.5 feet. Okay. So.
And then you got the headdress on as well.
Yeah, that's where I was going. That's where I
Yeah.
was going. Those horns were about 8 inches high. And then there were also.
Did they have to bring a stool or something to kneel on, or?
Well, what they did is, while we were driving around on the bus, I was kind of hidden in the back. I was on those steps
Yeah.
that lead to the door in the back. They had me stand down there.
Mm.
And then when I made my entrance, I kind of had to step back, like take a step back, like up, back, and around to come into the scene. Because I had to step around the one lady that was there and come into my scene and do my part. And we filmed. We had to do a number of takes as you do on everything with that.
Right.
But I tell you what, having to step up, back, and around. That was the biggest buns of steel workout I've ever had in my life. I tell you what, man.
You had to go home and ice your ass. It's like,
Something like that, or go get some.
is this what gays
get
like?
some of that, yeah. Get some icy hot or something,
Right.
Get a heating pad or something. But geez, but something. We were like in a family. All the actors on that bus, because there was a number of people I've even had on my podcast from that shoot. We were like instant family. I mean, everybody on that shoot was nice. We ate together. We had lunch breaks. We ate together. We laughed together. There was nobody that nobody didn't like. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
there was
fantastic.
One kill or one, yeah.
Right, because usually there's a douchebag, at least one.
Yeah.
You look around. If you don't see the douchebag, you know who it is.
So,
There's always an asshole, and I don't see one. Where the fuck is the? Oh, god damn it! It's me.
I know, that's the truth.
Yeah.
Nobody had. It's almost like that thing I saw on Facebook. Nobody talks bad about anybody in my family.
Oh yeah.
Nobody says anything bad about my relatives. Yeah. So that was a great shoot, but I was concerned that I was going to be too tall for the bus or it would mess up the shot, and I was afraid I was going to get sent home. But it turned out I didn't. I ended up doing the shoot, and again, that was just a lot of fun. Just a lot of fun doing that, and Gotham was a great experience. Gotham, of course, unfortunately enough, I don't have anything embarrassing to tell you about that one.
Right. Now, how long was you wrapped up in Gotham?
It was just one episode. I filmed it for 2 days. I was up there filming it at Steiner Studios in Brooklyn. Now, the thing that was funny about this is I signed with professional management. My wife is an actress, and she's appeared on Law & Order SVU, the Jardians commercial, the Paul is on commercial on ID Discovery, and she's done a lot of voiceover in commercials too.
Oh, that's cool.
And when we actually met each other during the Jesus Christ Superstar production, and she's helped me, get better at this, become an actor instead of just a musician who acts, become an actor.
Right.
And then,
right.
I ended up getting signed by professional management in 2018. And the thing that was nice about that was, I booked Gotham and then I booked J.G. Wentworth. But the thing was, is like neither one of those parts I really had to go in and act for it. Okay. Gotham consisted of, J.G. Wentworth consisted of being able to follow directions and lip sync when told.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Gotham, I auditioned for 2 characters that were in the episode I was in. It was season 5, episode 8. The first one I auditioned for was the one that I got. It was called Dale. And I played one of the Penguin's henchmen. And I was this big, doofy guy wearing ill-fitting clothing. And as the Penguin described me, Oswald described me in his lines, Dale's big, mute, dumb as a post. And all I had to do for that part was make dumb faces. I'm like,
I wish everybody on Facebook could see that. It was like,
Well, you can see it on Netflix, season 5, episode 8 of Gotham. You can see
Season
it.
5, episode 8 of Gotham. He's one of Penguin's henchmen. Check him out.
Yep, my character's name is Dale.
Dale.
And so I that the other one I auditioned for, there was a creature that lived in an underground tunnel, and the young Bruce Wayne and Alfred ended up fighting him. He was like some humanoid or something that lived under the sewers or something, and he would mutilate, maim, and kill people under there. And there was a fight scene with him. But the thing about that was you only saw his face for like a quarter of a second. It was like a blur.
Yeah.
So to audition for that, I had to stand there and snarl and growl like the Tasmanian.
You know, I always wonder, like parts like that, like do actors stand there in front of because you always see like movies of with people auditioning people in movies, and they're out in front of them and always giving like a speech or something like it. But I'm thinking about like the background guy, like you're talking about, like, is this the guy that?
Can we bring in the guy that does Predator? Let's just bring in his voice.
Yeah. So the guy that did Predator actually stood in front of people with his hands like this, went, so like nailed it. Send everybody else home.
I think he also did dinosaur noises for Jurassic Park.
Oh, did he?
I swear to God.
I could do that.
Might have. So I got this part, and I was glad. So my first 2 professional parts, involved no lines or anything. So so with Gotham, I got up there. I went for my costume fitting, and then I went for the actual shoot. Got up there the night before and went to bed early. I set 5 alarms because I was not going to be late and screw this up.
Right.
I found a hotel that was, I guess, about 1.5 miles from the studios, and so I got up early. I kept waking up like, oh my God, am I late? No. Still have a
Don't you hate that?
Oh my God,
You're
am I late?
excited about the next day, and so you wake up every 15 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time you doze out. Yeah.
So I got up a little bit before 4, and I was like, I'm going to stay up. I'm up. I'm going to get a shower. I'm going to head over there, and I'm going to wait in the parking lot. That way I'm there.
Right.
Yeah, don't seem too eager or anything,
Yeah, don't seem too eager. I want this part. Too much?
So I'm sitting there, and then I started seeing lights going on in the building. So I went in, and I got greeted by a PA, and they got me my breakfast, and that was nice. And then I was in my dressing room. They showed me where that was, and Andrew Sellon, who played Mr. Penn on that show, the guy who ended up shooting me, the episode I was in, came over and welcomed me. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the show. Nice to meet you. And we got talking for a little bit, and then it was time to get dressed and go do hair and makeup and everything. And the lady that did my hair, she had so much gel and spray on my hair, you could have hit me in the head with a crowbar and it would have bent. That's how much.
You were a superhero after that.
Yes, I was. That was my superhero. That was my superpower. That was my power. Yes, and so we did. That. We went down to rehearse, and so I got down there, and my character, I was supposed to be the big dumb guy, and they kind of my character Dale, the way they had me look, it almost kind of reminded me of that Bugs Bunny character who was remember they had the little guy Muggsy with the giant hat.
Oh yeah, the big hat and the cigarette.
Yeah,
I miss cigarettes and cartoons.
Remember that episode when Bugs Bunny stuffed them in the oven?
Yeah.
The big guy was like dumb. Yeah, that's kind of the image I had of my
where'd you go? Where'd you go, Muggsy?
Yeah. I'm here, Muggsy.
Muggsy, I'm here, yeah.
Pals, right?
That's right.
Yeah, so we were waiting to make our entrance. And we were doing rehearsal. We were waiting to do our entrance, and I had a tray of food. I'm wearing, like, my clothes were ill-fitting. Like, my sleeves were, like, up to here on me. My pants were like high waters, and
Right.
you know, so I'm holding a tray, and I was holding it up kind of like chest high, kind of awkwardly, and I just had like a dumb look on my face. So I was waiting. We were waiting to make our entrance, and Robin Lord Taylor, who played the
Penguin.
I
Yeah.
love that guy.
Fantastic job.
he was-
Fantastic job.
He was a very, very nice person. Very, very nice person. He's standing in front of me, and I'm about a foot taller than he is. I'm 6'6". He's about 5'7" or something like that.
Right.
So I'm holding this tray, and on it we had like a stinky variety of cheese, grapes, open cans of sardines and anchovies. So he turns around to say something to somebody behind us, and all of a sudden he's like nose to nose with the tray. And he gets this sour look on his face, and he's like, "Oh man, yeah, good lord." And I looked, and I said, "Yeah." He said, "Do you eat that? Do you ever eat stuff like this?" And I said, "Well, you know, I've been known to get a can of sardines once a year."
Right. Yeah.
You know,
Not like I
every
do. Yeah.
5 years, I might get anchovies on my pizza, but you know, it's not a habit. Definitely not date food. You know, and we kind of started laughing about that. Then we went in and did our scenes and everything, and you know, they were. It was really. I think it was to my advantage that I didn't have a lot of dialogue, and my character just kind of stood there. Especially for my first time on a professional, you know, network TV set,
Yeah.
because I was there and I just got to watch. You know, I just got to watch. They would place me here, they would place me there, and I got to watch them film. You know, because it takes a long time just to do a show.
Watching filming on Gotham, I can't even imagine, because I mean, it was just such a great show.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. Yeah, and most of those sets were built. You know, when we were not filming our scene, which was in Ed Nigma's laboratory,
Mm-hmm.
we were hanging out in the Sirens nightclub. You know, that's set
Right,
to be.
right.
So we were all over there waiting. You know, because you know, what they did is, you know, they had, you know, 4 sides to a room. They shot from the front, from the back, and from either side. They had to move cameras and lighting around the whole time. So then we had to leave, and then they had our stand-ins that were there, you know, standing where we would stand so they could test the lighting and everything. And, you know, so I had a really nice time. You know, I got to know Robin Lord Taylor and Andrew Sellin and Corey Michael Smith.
Who played the Riddler?
The Riddler, that was Corey Michael Smith. And,
My
the
God.
Riddlers. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Absolute
yes.
perfect Riddler. Like you couldn't. I don't know how they got that guy, but I tell you what. Once he walked through the fucking door and put on some horn-rimmed glasses, they went. That's
Oh, yeah.
that's the guy.
Yeah, no, he was very good.
That's the guy. And
Yes.
the
yes.
awkwardness and the arrogance, you know, behind the awkwardness, and they just like the messed up mental condition that he had was
You
just
don't think Jim Carrey did a good job?
no. This guy buried Carrey. I love Jim Carrey. Don't get me wrong. I mean, he can play anything, but this guy,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, he
was.
he
was
really
very,
brought
very
it
good.
home.
I don't think there was a single character on the show I didn't really like.
Yeah, they were all pretty good. Yeah, Fish,
They were all.
Jada Pinkett Smith
Yeah,
did
she
a great job. Yeah, Solomon Grundy, yeah, did.
Yes.
You could have been a good
Yeah,
Solomon Grundy.
I thought-
Fuck them people. You know what? Now I'm pissed off. You could have been a good Solomon Grundy. 6'6"? What the fuck?
Well, you know, the thing is that if you notice, if you watch that show, everybody died like 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
and I only died once.
Right? Yeah, there you
There you go.
go. Oh,
Hey,
and
guys,
Ivy.
yeah.
Oh, Ivy. Oh, Ivy.
She's just a little girl, man.
No. Second Ivy.
I know.
Second Ivy.
Coincidentally, one of my actors in my murder mystery company was also in Gotham. He was in season 4, episode 14. I forget the title of the show, but he was at the very beginning, and he was sitting in a bar and he was eating pickles. He was sitting there just munching on pickles, and they would show him up close,
Yeah.
And apparently Poison Ivy came in and got offended that he was eating plants and killed him. And the thing it was, funny about that was that, he also, ended up, one and done. He died once too. So we're hoping maybe if Gotham ever resurfaces, Dale and the Pickle Guy come back.
We need that guy back. We need him back.
Yeah.
Gotham 2, the spin-off. That's what we need.
Yeah, his name is Greg Crow, and he's been doing pretty well the last couple of years. He was in a movie called 8th Grade that just came out. He was the principal, and that's one that's on Amazon. And then he was also just in The Politician. He had a scene with Bette Midler and the Who's the Boss lady.
Judith Light?
Remember Who's the Boss with Tony Danza?
Yeah, Judith Light.
Yes, Judith Light. Yes.
How do you know everything?
His name is Greg Crow. And then I've so this was just a great experience. When they shot me, they squibbed my back, and so I had like a little explosion come out of the back, and the jacket I had on had a little, about the size of a cigar, burn in the back of it from when I got squibbed.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a great time too. And then a couple months after that, I got the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt movie called Kimmy versus the Reverend.
I didn't see Kimmy versus the Reverend. Oh, and I love oh my gosh, that's such a great show.
That was a lot of fun to do. I actually had lines, and we filmed that one. Actually, the actual show. If you go on Netflix, they have the show, The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, all 4 seasons.
Right.
But what you have to do is you have to type in Kimmy.
Oh my god! Yes, fuck. I love that. I watched the first season. I love that show.
Oh my gosh, I watched
That
all
was
of it.
hilarious.
I didn't finish the last season.
Yeah, I'm like,
but
how
I
does
know
that
they
sound
did
familiar?
the Kimmy versus the Reverend thing, and I didn't watch that.
Yes,
That's
that
the
was
one
a.
I'm in.
I'm gonna start watching that again. I love it. Yeah, she is
Check that
funny.
It's a funny movie and it's interactive, so you can use your remote to decide what happens.
Okay.
So we filmed that. It was in the summer of 19, and it came out in like May of this year. And I got to work with. I was in a scene with Ellie and Titus, and they were just both top of the line. I got to meet. I got to work with Tina Fey and Claire Scanlon.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
Carol
they were
Kane?
great.
Carol Kane. Did you get to meet?
Something. I'll tell you a story. Let me tell you a story about Carol Kane.
Please. I love. My God, people don't realize, the younger generation who's watching Kimmy Schmidt, people don't realize who she is.
She was in the Adams Family.
She was way before that, man. She was a fucking drop dead fox back in the 70s
What? Oh, hang
with
on.
Gene Wilder, the last of the Red Hot Lovers.
Oh, I got it.
Oh my gosh,
License to Drive. She was in.
she was.
Yeah, Corey Haim and Corey Feldman. Man, I just watched that the other night.
She was fucking
I
gorgeous.
got a
man.
weird thing with the Coreys. I still like the Coreys. I don't know.
Her and Bernadette Peters, man. Both of those ladies are yummy.
Oh yeah. And she was also in like Annie Hall with Woody Allen and
Yeah.
Taxi.
Yeah, going back that far, yeah.
Yep. And so my story about Carol Kane is that I've been in 2 shows that Carol Kane has been in, and I haven't met her yet.
Oh.
That's my story about Carol Kane. She was actually already off of Gotham by the time she had died.
Oh, that's right.
yeah,
she was Oswald's
his mom.
mother.
Yeah, I forgot
God
about
damn
that.
it, I forgot that.
And I got talking to Robin, and Robin was telling me stories about how she got the part on Gotham, and they had known each other beforehand, and and he actually had a really good time with her. And Paul Rubens, Pee Wee Herman, played his father,
Right.
and he just really enjoyed working with both of them. And they just said she was.
And that's the second time that Paul Rubens has played the Penguin's father.
Yes, you're right. You're right
I know.
about that.
I don't make this shit up.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
What other
You
one?
know,
Huh?
and
Batman.
Another.
Batman 2.
Oh,
The original with Michael Keaton.
yeah.
Yeah. Paul Rubens was the dad that threw hrough over the
Holy shit.
over the bridge.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so that was that's my Carol Kane story. I've been to some shows that she's been in, but I never met her yet.
That's funny.
So but the thing is too.
Drop the mic, Mike.
Kimmy Schmidt. Yeah. Yeah.
Boom.
There you go.
Never met her.
So, but even on Kimmy Schmidt, they said she was just a complete delight, you know. And so maybe I'm hoping one day that I will, you know.
Right.
You know, like I said, yeah. And
Well, maybe they'll do another Scrooged, and you can be in that.
Right?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Once COVID is over with, you know,
Right.
I'm hoping to get back to auditioning and getting my murder mystery troupe back and working again, and we have a lot of fun with that. We're called, my podcast is called Foul Players Radio. The murder mystery troupe is called the Foul Players of Perryville. I live in Perryville, Maryland. I'm about 45 miles northeast of Baltimore. I'm actually closer to Delaware than I am Baltimore. And the Susquehanna River runs through my town, Perryville. And the town, that region of the river, it's known for its waterfowl. There's all these ducks and geese and all kinds of different, bald eagles
Right,
and
right.
everything. So we kind of named it Fowl, F-O-W-L, but it also meant to mean foul play.
And that's the way I wrote it too. And I can't spell where the fuck, but I wrote it down like that. So.
Yep. And so we have the Foul Players of Perryville and Foul Players Radio, kind of like how they had Second City and then Second City TV.
Oh, Second City.
Foul
Yeah.
Players Radio.
Either one of them, you're not gonna go wrong.
Oh, you're not.
Oh,
You're not.
as a little kid growing up watching Rick Moranis, Eugene Levy, John Candy, Dan Flaherty, Maureen O'Hara, they were just fantastic.
Oh, absolutely. That was definitely good stuff there, and truthfully, actually, the first the first traveling tour of Godspell, it was who was it? It was Martin Short, Eugene Levy, Dave Thomas, Andrea Martin,
Right.
and Paul Schaefer was the musical director.
Holy shit!
Wow.
Ended up on Saturday. Yeah.
What a lineup that is! Holy cow! And I didn't even say Martin Short, Dave Thomas, Andrea Martin. I didn't even use those guys. But yeah, every single person in that cast went on to be big. Went on to be something,
They did.
Gee, Uncle Merton, I can't wait till I get to dinosaur world. And you like with that chocolate?
Oh man, but yeah, I mean you're right, and then they were all also, I think a number of them were involved with National Lampoon back in those days, and I just had Steve Bluestein on my show. I interviewed him last
I had
night.
Steve. Wasn't he fantastic? Isn't he a great guy?
Oh, he's just incredible. He's just incredible.
Yeah.
And, I read his book, Memoir of a Nobody. Did you get a chance to see that yet?
No.
Oh man, I read that book and I had to put it down every 20 minutes because I was laughing so hard.
Is that right?
I mean, he's got a good mix of happy and sad in there, but even the sadder stories, the worse things that happened to him. He just has a way of being very funny with describing them and everything. And I'm not going to give the book away, but I mean, there were just a couple of times my wife is looking at me while I'm reading it, and she's just like, "What is wrong with you?" I mean, a couple of times I couldn't even breathe. I was laughing.
Was Steve
so
the one
hard.
that swallowed his gold tooth?
Yeah, Steve's the
Okay,
one who
yeah,
swallowed
yeah.
his crown.
Yeah, he was
swallowed
funny.
his crown, and he
Did you hear that
drank a
story?
bunch of laxatives and
Yeah.
shit like that because he went to Paris. To Paris, he lands in Paris, and goes to a fucking Shakey's Pizza. You got the greatest food in the world, and where's he go? Shakey's Pizza. I want something that tastes like cardboard with cheese on it, and a buffet. Chips his fucking tooth or loses his crown. Oh, is that? I don't know if that's in the book, but my God,
Yeah, it was.
It is
Was
in the
it?
book.
Oh my
that's great.
gosh, that is one of my favorite stories. Oh, Monsieur the poo. I'm telling you, Mike. We were rocking back and forth on here. That guy he was great.
Oh my God! I mean, could you imagine getting caught with the maid just walks in, he's looking at her, and she's looking at him.
He's got a fork and plate of shit. And he's like, Matthew Broderick used to do this great look. He'd do that really fast. Like just a really fast
Yes.
look to the side. Look, and that's what I picture. Like the man
I
going,
know.
ah! And you're like, huh?
I mean,
Oh, it's not what it looks like.
I know.
No.
That would have been like the perfect scene for like Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Exactly.
By like Susie catches him doing that or something.
Right.
Like, oh man.
That's a show I can't watch it because it's so uncomfortable. I can't watch it.
Yes.
And my wife just drinks at his fountain, man. Just eats it. She drinks the Kool-Aid. She is in 100%. And I can't
Oh yeah.
can't watch it. Same thing with Borat. I watched both movies. Couldn't look away. Had to watch it. I was so uncomfortable I kept trying to look away.
The new one especially.
And then I keep going back in and putting my head around the corner and looking at it, and then I'm on the fucking ground laughing.
Impractical Jokers, I can't watch that.
No,
either.
that's just horrible.
Because it's funny, but
That's just awful.
I can't watch the embarrassing shit.
Right. You know what else that reminded me of too? You remember that part in The Naked Gun when Leslie Nielsen was trying to get on the baseball field, and he ended up, he just sang the national anthem. And
Oh, horribly, yeah.
there.
Let's not invite him again.
And then he was, he grabbed that umpire and he hit him over the head. And they went in that room and he was trying to change clothes,
Right.
so he could get out there. But it's like, he had his pants down. He pulled the umpire's pants down, and then janitor walks
And the janitor
in,
walks
sees him.
in.
That's what I picture. Steve.
And that's another one of those fast looks too. That
Yeah, I know.
now you're talking my language. I loved everything. I loved everything about Police Squad back in the '70s or the early '80s when they had the series. I've watched everyone. It was only one season, which is a crying fucking shame because it was absolute genius and it was so funny. And I watched everyone. I don't know how many times I watched every one of them again. And then the movies. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love that stupid slapstick, mindless, let your brain go humor. Love it. I absolutely love it.
Now, unfortunately, I mean, there's a lot of that stuff you can never do again.
Oh yeah, you
Nowadays,
really can't.
but,
Just ask Mel Brooks, ladies and
Yeah, you
gentlemen.
can't have Blazing Saddles ever again. Like it.
And Richard Pryor wrote that fucking movie.
Yeah, well, there was.
You can't do it, and Richard Pryor wrote it.
Yeah, you're right. There was, even some other things.
And I'm a big liberal, real big fucking liberal, huge.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. joke, and everybody just laughed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just don't understand. Why nowadays all of a sudden it's got to be career-ending and life-threatening for people.
I don't know. But yeah,
That's, I mean,
I mean, to me, I can understand where some things are offensive, but in me, always trying to be funny, always trying to be a comic, and that's the reason I do this, because I can't get on stage. I live in a fucking nowhere fucking place. I got a wife, I got a kid, I got a 50-hour week
we have a
job.
there's a bowling center.
There's a
down the
bowling
block.
center, yeah. Yeah, Eric's not going to let me on stage. But yeah, I can't. I've done stand up, but I don't have time to do stand up. So this is my funny outlet.
Yeah.
This is how I get to do it. This is how I get to entertain. And
Sure,
it's always that, there's always that, like, should I do that joke? But in my case, I can always delete it or go back into my podcast and delete it there. And so yeah.
Right.
I can't really I can't really Michael Richards it.
Yeah, right. And well, I mean, the thing is, there are some things out there that just aren't funny like that. But I mean, there's some things out there that are harmless.
You can be classy with it, and then you can be just a jack off.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But like I said, there's nobody means anybody any harm. They're doing comedy.
Oh, God,
They're
no.
trying to be funny.
I don't think I've ever said anything in hate unless it was like a fucking Nazi or KKK guy, and then I fucking hate you.
Right,
Understand that right now? I fucking hate you.
The Wayans brothers have been doing it for years.
Yeah, the Wayans brothers been doing. Yeah, but they're black. They can do. I can't do.
They made fun. They made fun of
Oh.
every race.
One of my favorite people that's ever been on my podcast. His name is Sam McLean, and he told a story one time that I absolutely cannot retell. But he was fucking great, But I can't do it. Just say, I can't say that.
Right.
Yeah, I guess it all depends on whose mouth
And
it's
right
coming
now,
out of.
if Sam's watching, he's laughing his ass off. So,
Well, I got a story.
oh, good.
Murder mystery story. So, speaking of like awkward and whenever we do a murder mystery, I generally play the detective, and I come in and I kind of open the show. I set the stage for the show, and then I have everybody. I say, well, look, there's a lot of you here, and if we do it on the train, especially, this is a long train. I can't be everywhere at once. If you look at me, I'm not exactly built for speed. So, I'm going to need to swear everybody in and deputize you. So what I will need to do is everybody raise your right hand, and I do a swearing in. Okay?
Right.
Well, I was looking around, and there was rows and rows of tables. On the train, there's the aisle, then you have tables, and
Right.
there was somebody who was like a little ways back from me, raising his left hand. I said, no, sir, your other right. And he says, I don't have a right arm. I was like,
Oh,
No,
I was just like,
insert foot in
No.
mouth.
no, my buddy Cam.
no.
My buddy Cam.
I went over to him after the show, and I said, I am so sorry, sir. I am so. And he just laughed. He goes, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't be embarrassed. I get that all the time.
Right,
It's
right.
like, and he, but I was just like, oh my God.
No, my buddy Cam, his sister came to visit him, and she's a lesbian. And anyway, he comes home from work, and they're already there, and they're all sitting at the table. And he comes in, he introduces himself to her, because he's just so... He's one of those personalities that you're naturally just drawn to. He's so personable and loving and accepting. It makes you feel very comfortable in his presence immediately. Just an endearing person. But he's very funny as well. So he comes in the house. He sees all the ladies at the table, his wife, his sister, and his sister's girlfriend. Wants to make sure that everybody is accepted and loved, So he grabs her hand and, how are you doing? And nice to meet you and stuff like that. Makes her immediately feel very welcome, you know? Of course, hugs his sister, kisses his wife, and his sister says, Cam, can you go out and get our stuff out of the car, get the bags and stuff? He's like, no problem. So he goes out there and he's grabbing all the stuff, and he sees a shoe and he grabs it and he's looking around and he's got the light on and he's like looking and searching. Can't find the other shoe. Comes in the house and he goes, now what kind of dumb motherfucker only wears one shoe? And then he's seen the crutch in the corner.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
Oh.
Just the most loving, endearing. She only had one leg. So one-legged lesbian walks into my buddy's house. There's the joke.
Lieutenant
There's the
Dan,
joke.
you only got one
Lieutenant
leg.
Dan.
Oh my God. I did not see that one coming.
That's funny. God, that's jeez. Oh man.
If I only had a stage. Well, Michael.
You know what's really funny?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I just really kind of like another kind of thing that I like is the silly humor that they had on the Airplane, Naked Gun, the Zucker Brothers, Kentucky Fried Movie, that
Yeah,
kind of thing.
just mindless.
Another type of thing that I like too, and if you like The Office, they had quite a few episodes of this, and two of them that come in mind was when Michael and Jan had everybody over for dinner.
Oh, yeah.
And there was the other one where he promised to pay for college for all those kids.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. Well, Michael,
Scott's Tots.
yes. Scott's Tots.
The cringe humor, like that cringing. You're just
Oh,
like,
I couldn't watch it. I had to look away. It was just so uncomfortable and horrible.
Yes.
Like, no, God, no. These kids think they're going to college on his dime. He's like,
I know.
who knew they was all going to do it? I didn't know any of them was going to make it.
And then just the things that came out in conversation during that dinner party they had.
Oh.
Everybody came over. Oh my God, oh jeez.
Even what's his name? Jim. What's his name?
Jim.
John Krasinski.
Yeah, John Krasinski. Even he was talking about that episode being one of the best episodes because Michael's new plasma TV that was like 14 by 14, and he just pushed it back like 2. He's like 2 inches. He's like, there, like there you go.
And he just stands and watches it.
Yeah.
Sitting down.
Yeah. Oh, John. Yeah. John Krasinski said we all none of them could hold it together. Like all of them just absolutely died when he just pushed it back those 2 inches and said, "If it's too close, here."
There's a good podcast out called Office Ladies where is it Jenna Fisher and Angela Kinsey? That was Angela and Pam.
Right.
From the show, and every week they go through a different episode of The Office.
Oh, is that right?
A couple of seasons now. Oh yeah, it's good.
Oh,
It's
wow.
good. And then they bring in, they call like other characters from The Office
Mm-hmm.
to be guests. Like if an episode was particularly heavy on Dwight or Daryl or something like that, they would bring that person in and really talk to them about that particular episode. But they would always, they would give away very interesting things about behind the scenes stuff. And stuff that
Meredith not wearing underwear because it was a casual Friday.
yeah, I know.
That's just weird because that show was on for so long. I feel like that was like their lives. Like they worked at a paper company. That's how I feel,
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
nuts.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're right. I know, and but I mean, so many things on that show I mean, everybody can identify with that because that's when at work, you know. I mean, you could actually.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We had a guy that worked for us, and he's straight out of the 50s, man. I swear. And nice guy. Don't get me wrong, nice guy, but it's like Daniel Tosh said. There's a reason we don't introduce our black friends to our grandparents.
Jeez.
So he's helping this black guy, and he's like, the guy comes walking in, and he goes, "What up, bro?"
No,
We should go out for chicken sometime. I swear this is an actual conversation. And I'm like, oh God.
Wow.
No.
I would have ran.
It's on the itching tray.
I would have just ran away.
Oh God.
I ran away, never
I'm
looked
just like,
back.
I'm sinking down in my chair. I'm like, oh God, don't say anything else.
We don't eat lunch with him.
What up, bro? And he's really truly trying to be personable, and he's just
Man.
oh, the thing about it is he's actually trying. You know, this is him actually trying.
That's cringe humor right
Oh,
there.
oh yeah. See, that's office stuff. There, you're like, oh God, no.
That is something that Michael Scott would try to
Yeah.
do for sure.
You look exactly like a friend I have. You know? God damn it!
Oh God, there's some of the things that wouldn't want to work.
Oh.
I
I got
was in
fucking
cable
tears.
TV for 13 years, and I could tell you some stories probably off the air that.
yes, definitely on there. I felt very risky even saying that. So.
Yeah.
I was sweating a little bit.
Yeah. No.
Your ratings, Steve's off. Your guys' ratings just went down. We have ratings.
We have ratings? Fuck! I didn't know we had ratings. We don't have ratings. We really don't. We're real big in what is it, Bangladesh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's where we're real big.
We have 5 likes on Facebook.
Uzbekistan. We're real big in Uzbekistan. Where was it? I looked at our analytics, and it said Herzegovina. And I'm like, oh, so if you touch it, it'll show you like where in the world it was, like this town in Herzegovina. Well, when I touched it,
Where's that
it's the old Yugoslavia, and so
Right.
so I hit it, and it does like this scale around thing, and then it hit Chicago. Somebody from the Herzegovina, what is it? The embassy, because it's actually Herzegovina's soil, because it's the embassy in Chicago. Somebody from there was listening to it.
No shit.
Yeah, I was like, my mind was just blown. I'm like, like I want to drive to Chicago, go to the Herzegovina embassy, and knock on the door and said, "Who listened to my worst holiday? I'm here. Here I am. I'm here. That's right. Meet somebody famous."
You're right about that with the embassies, though.
Yeah.
because,
It's their sovereign. It's their sovereign soil.
It is. There's
Yes.
a whole bunch of embassies. I think it's on either Connecticut or Massachusetts Avenue in Northwest Washington. That's where a lot of embassies are. And not only are the buildings like in the style of the country
Yeah.
that they're from,
Right.
but they also have all the soil in there. It was imported from that country.
They brought Bosnia and Herzegovina soil and made it their soil.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, fuck me. I didn't know that either. How about
Let's
that?
hope there's no embassy from Chernobyl.
Yeah.
Our embassy
There are
probably looks
plenty
like
of
a
other
Pizza
places
Hut.
There are plenty of other places in Russia they can get soil from. You don't
Yeah, other than Chernobyl.
yeah. With the basketball-sized tomatoes they're growing out there now, I'm sure.
They are delicious.
Yeah, there's still people that live there.
You're
That's
not
nuts.
you're not potent anymore, but they're fucking delicious.
Absolutely. Teeth have never been whiter,
Yeah, exactly. See how we brought it around like that Larry David thing? I wish I could remember the theme song to Curb Your Enthusiasm. I don't know. I wanted to just. That's it. That's it. That's it. Well, Michael, tell us all about yourself again, where we can find you, everything that where everybody can find you, and who you are, and everything. You have the floor again. My gosh,
You
you've
want
been
us to say if you want anybody to
you've
send you a
been-
Christmas gift or something like
you've
that?
been absolutely fantastic. You're welcome back, absolutely anytime, because
Sure.
you've got I got a feeling you've got like another whole bunch of time left in you again. So.
Remind me of a younger
Sure,
version of
sure.
myself.
Oh.
Sure, I've got plenty of things to go over here, but where can you find me? You can't miss me. I'm 6'6", so I'll tell you where you can find me. I am on Facebook. I have a Michael Spedden page on Facebook. I have a Foul Players Radio page on Facebook, and I also have the Foul Players of Perryville on Facebook. Twitter, I'm at foul, FOWL, _radio. My podcast, Foul Players Radio, is foulplayersradio.com. My murder mystery company is foulplayersofperryville.com, but because of COVID, there's no dates or shows or anything listed. You can go in there and look at pictures from our old shows or get our contact info if you want. We are starting the book for the summer, hoping that COVID will be under control and we'll be able to do it by then. If you need to get a hold of me for a murder mystery show, you can reach me at 443-600-0446. You can also reach me at michaelspedden@yahoo.com, and I'll take care of you there. Let me see, where else? I said foulplayersofperryville.com for the website. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much
And
it. Just stop by and give
Say
me a listen.
say they have an annuity. Where could they where could they go? What number could they call if they have an annuity but they want their cash now?
877 cash now.
There it is.
And I will be on his show. Monday
Yeah.
the 4th at what is it? I've got 12 a.m., but I know that's not right. So it's got to be probably around 8
My
o'clock.
time.
9 o'clock your time, 8 o'clock my time.
Something like that. I have 8:30 my time, so that would be 7:30.
7:30. Okay, 7:30. Because yeah.
Yep. Oh, also two more things. Kimmy versus the Reverend on Netflix. Gotham season 5 episode 8. You get to see me die. You'll get to see me pour drinks. And then I've also done a whole lot of ID Discovery shows, but you really can't tell it's me because they always film us. It's those murder reenactment shows, but most of the people get filmed from the back or from the neck down or something.
Right.
So,
Right.
I mean, I was in them, but you're not really going to get to see me. in
That was my
clothes
ankle.
tonight.
That was my ankle. Do you see my ankle? That was my ankle.
Yes. Yeah.
I didn't get cut.
And the J.G. Wentworth commercial, basically just turn on TV during the day and it's on somewhere.
Exactly. If you're watching Maury, you know this motherfucker right here. I'm telling you right now. If you're watching Judge Judy or Judge Brown, you know this man. He's the Viking. 877 cash now. Yeah, that's the guy. I didn't do it as good as he does because he's got a voice that really sounds good. Mine doesn't.
Well, thank you. I do sing as well, so I'm also a barber shopper.
You're a barber shopper.
No way.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
You start.
I sing,
I can't believe this. I'm in a quartet as well.
You're
You
a
start,
fucking
and I'll
liar.
just follow in. And I'm just fucking with you. I'm not in a quartet. I can't sing. I can do that scream thing that he was talking about. That, like I can do that. And like Buck Cherry, I'm your guy.
okay.
I'm your guy.
I'm actually in a chorus. It's not a quartet. It's a chorus. It's called the Chorus of the Chesapeake. And actually, Mike Rowe from Dirty Jobs used to sing with us.
Oh, cool.
Oh, really?
If you remember Mike Rowe
Yeah.
from Dirty Jobs? Yeah.
I like him.
That's very cool. Do you have a Patreon or anything?
Yeah, he's a nice. No, I should, but I don't. No.
Yeah. Whatever you do, Mike, don't make an avenue where people can just give you money. I'm just saying. Stay the fuck away from that. Like, because it takes. I don't want you to go 10 minutes and do that. Like just make that thing.
Okay.
Because it is 10 minutes. So whatever you do, don't fucking do that. All right. Stay away. It's almost like what was that? Walk Hard with Dewey Cox. It's like, what are you guys doing in here? We're smoking reefer.
You don't want
You
none
don't
of this.
none of this shit, Dewey. You don't want none of this shit.
What's it do? It turns all your bad dreams
Turns
into
into
good
good
ones.
dreams.
You don't want none of this.
You don't want none of this shit. I think I do. All right, Mike, you've been an absolute you've been just a pleasure, an absolute pleasure. I can't wait to have you on again.
Thank you.
I hope you had fun. Stay on the line. We're going to talk to you after we close everything out here. And as always, you have the device in your hand. It's this fucking easy. You have the device in your hand, whatever platform you're on, subscribe and like and leave a review. It's that easy. You got to do that. You can send us money at myworstholiday@patreon.com. And with that being said, from a room next to my bathroom in my basement, this has been My Worst Holiday. Good night, everybody.